Alright guys, just bringing you to the non-wind map of the UK. Now I'm going to go back and check out the wind maps, but I'm looking at that flag, and that means that the winds are now coming from the northeast. All last night I was getting quite low figures, mainly around the 0.11 sort of mark. Inside it'd be 0.01, outside it's going to be about 0.12 actually, sorry. And so it's 0.11 and 0.12 microsieverts per hour, and that was most of last night. But the readings have gone up as well. I've just got a 0.42 peak, and then it's just been buzzing around 0.14, 0.15, and it got to 0.13. Right guys, I just want to bring you to the colour of the clouds here. You can see that they're kind of a reddish tinge, and I'm presently pointing east. I'm going to try and zoom in. I hope you get this colour okay. It caught my eye. It's kind of, you know, it could be the sun, but it could also be particulates, couldn't it? But it's kind of really red. So, and that's not the strongest red I've got off this. I'm just doing this here so I can turn around and I can just show you the other clouds that are further east, and the wind is coming from this direction east. We've got the wind coming in my face, and we've got white clouds, and then let's see if I can get a bit more of it from here. It's quite a reddish one there actually. It's not as, I will probably try further down to get a better picture of this, but okay, so what we've got here is the clouds, very defined clouds to the east of London, and so you can get your bearings. This is, I'll just zoom up there, but it's Fountain Road. That's yep, okay, Fountain Road, Tooting. Since the winds switched round, and it's now coming back from the sort of northeast area, we are picking up some smaller surges. The average is about 0.12 if I ignore the surges and the spikes. So today we've had a 0.54 microsievert spike as the highest. We've had one or two others, and later on this evening, obviously, we've been picking up more and more of these increases, up to 0.15, 0.16, 0.17, and the Geiger sits quite happily on 0.15 quite often. The other spike of notice I might mention is a 0.21 microsievert per hour spike, a very quick spike, and I would say that's beta. And the 0.54 microsievert spike, I would say, is probably more to do with the gamma range, and that's just some possibly some iodine or cesium maybe that is trapped. You know, sort of pockets of it that are trapped, that are just roaming around. Because I do get some quite heavy strikes sometimes. And it does seem like the last hour or so I'm getting more 0.14s than I was 0.12s. But we do have a range of 0.09. I suppose 0.17 really, and I'll ignore the 0.21 sort of peaks. Hi guys, I'm just bringing you to your depth map. And it's obviously, that's the date that's come up It says 11:10, but it's actually later than that. It's about 1 in the morning now. You see the inevitable 1 again, because it should say 1 week, but they've got rid of that word. And I've put it on that stuff, and the T gamma bit is gone. And what else has happened here? Well, we've still got the big black dot of doom over Milford Haven, and they've left the blue spot of Sizewell. So, well, downwind from Sizewell. And I just want to sort of say here, there was a report done, and it was based on the fact that if there was a meltdown or some disastrous accident in Sizewell, that they projected that the fallout would get about 60, 80 miles or something. I don't think it was anything more than 100 anyway. What was it? It was 80 kilometres maybe. Anyway, bottom line, no, actually, it might have been 120 kilometres. It was about 80 miles. That was it. And that basically, from Sizewell, about 100 miles would get you. I'll just try and give you a bit of comparison. I could do this on Google and be all flash, but hey, this is amateur hour. 100 miles is going to get you, I would say that's Oxford. Yeah, right about there. Alright, so that gets you there. That's 100 miles. We'll call that another 100 miles. About there. In fact, actually, it's probably about there. And that's another 100 miles. Okay. So when they projected it, they thought, oh, it'll cover that bit there. Probably missing out London, obviously. It'll just sort of go around that way. And then it'll just kind of miss all the other towns. But they got it to about here. So it's the whole of East Anglia, the local area, out to here. And we're sort of saying that we got a massive peak, which was on a monitor that's normally, it normally doesn't show a nuclear weapon going off. But anyway, or something. So it certainly doesn't, wouldn't notice things like Mercure or anything like that, which we could pick up in London, and I did. So the bottom line is that 300 miles and we got a black spot. Yes, yellow. We don't believe them. And I'm just sort of saying, at the end of the day, that's the way it is. They sort of, they do a report. They're not going to tell you the whole. And let's be honest here. Can't see this lot up here getting away with it. You know what I mean? That's just there. That, all that. And we know it got out to there. So all this. And we know it got to here. So, at the end of the day, and it might have even got down to here. Go around back on them chaps. Anyway, so when I went onto your dep, you couldn't get onto it. You can't. I'll just show you. Click on that, Bosch, and you get that. All right, but I've had this before of these chaps, and hang on a minute. Let me just. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Fire at chemical processing plant, Greenwich, Monday night, between 1 and 5 in the morning, and it blew all over South London. Yeah, you can Google that, but they're saying there's no harm, no harmful chemicals, but people nearby should shut their windows. But they weren't harmful. Oh, you work it out. Anyway, let's go. So what I've got, Carlisle in the United Kingdom for some reason. That's the one I ended up with. And then what I would do is I'd go up here, and you see that bit there? Click 200 kilometres. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Anyway, we're bored with that now. And what we really want is the Milford Haven one, because... Alright, hang on a minute. France, Heathrow. Oh yeah, let's get in the right direction. Heathrow. Oh look. And it managed a straight line. Oh, and it got up to 0.9. Oh, actually, you know what? I just noticed. Got up to 0.10. I don't believe it's a load of rubbish, this thing. But this is, that is what the Heathrow monitor is showing for all these Geiger counters I've had. Oh, Heathrow monitor, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, well, I suppose you're told what to do, aren't you? I would have thought. Love to know how it actually works. EDF give you a call. Sort it out, son. Anyway, we want to get across to Langdon Bay. Going in the right direction. That's the point. Let's check LDM out. Switch offs. Switch off on the 25th before lunchtime. Let's go to a week. Let's go to 2 days. It's not telling us anything. It's not letting me into Wales. Right, I'm not messing around with this. Looking at that, maybe the HT once again will bring this up better than I can see it. And that is the colour. Is it blue or is it purple? It looks purple. And if we come across, our purple says, and for the scientist among you, that says more than 0.4. So the other way is up to 0.4, isn't it? And then the other one is greater than 0.4. Anyway, if I've got that wrong, you guys can correct me. If it's up to 0.4, then, which I doubt, is 3.6 microsieverts per hour is correct. And as I was saying about the software being very average, the 3.6 is going to be low, isn't it? You know, you can see what the rest of the English mapping system's doing. And there you go. I reckon that's more than 0.4. So actually, my theory that it's larger than 0.36 was correct. So I don't need to phone up the Italian guy now. He's done his job already. He's obviously got on the case, and oddly enough left a spike there saying, "Oi, there's a problem," because they got the data. And they got the real data, not the data that we get. They get they have another map that they use, so they know, you know, what isotopes and all sorts of strange things. What's the volume in the air, all that type of thing. Anyway, so I'm going to leave that with you guys. Big EDF cover up. They've got some clout, but not enough clout to get rid of the spot. In their case, a kind of a black spot, coincidentally enough, for any of you guys that watch the Pirates of the Caribbean. Suspicious. And you know, once again, the report that they did about a major incident in Sizewell put the fallout getting to 120 miles. Well, that's just London, and we only got brushed by a side of it by the look of it. If this is more than 0.4 microsieverts, okay? So basically you can imagine that the wind must have gone Birmingham and down. So shame we don't have Geigers in Birmingham to sort of corroborate. Anyway, so I'm going to leave that with you guys. I'm just going to centre it on the black spot. There we go. Terrible camera technique here, but we did. So this is the wind map for this morning, Wednesday, 1 o'clock in the morning. And the winds are all over the place, and I don't believe this wind chart, because it's saying that the winds are going north.